Welcome, everyone, to Talk with Sally. Good morning, everyone. Sorry for the late start. I do not like to start my show late. However, today, for whatever reason, it was giving me difficulties. I had to reset everything up. I want to thank everyone that is here. What are we doing today is hi, Mrs. Mack. Welcome. We're having an emergency kind of stream today, and it's kind of important. And I'm trying something different. So the World Health Organization is trying to get the United States to sign a treaty that would allow them to take over our lives. And most people are not aware of this. I have seen hardly any channels discuss any of this topic whatsoever. So I was going to go and give you, and so what we're going to do, as I'm not going to be on YouTube for very long, Mrs. Mack, I don't know if you have a Rumble channel yet, but I wanted to come over and let those on YouTube know what I'm doing because this is an important topic. Sorry, I was distracted by the other chat. So what we're going to do, starting at 10 a.m. my time, which is in 18 minutes. I was hoping to have more time to go into more detail. You know how life goes. It didn't work out quite so well this morning. But let me gather my thoughts. I got disorganized when my stream didn't set up. So at 10 o'clock, we're going to do a live XSpaces. So what we're going to do is Bill Ellmore has a great panel together, and they're going to discuss who owns the who. Yeah, it's free to get with Mrs. Mack, and you'll like it. The censorship isn't as you don't have to be careful with your words. So you could talk about topics that are more difficult. And this one, I don't think would be on YouTube for very long. That's why I'm doing it on Rumble. However, I don't usually stream during the daytime, as you can tell. I set up everything last night and I forgot to. With Rumble, you have to put in a RTMP every single time you stream. And I would rather just be able to have my stream set up, ready to go. And I forgot to do it last night because I streamed. And then when I finished, I had to set up another stream, which is silly that you can't have two streams set up at the same time as well. Anyway, here nor there. Let's get back on topic, though. The World Health Organization, who owns it? And I have covered this in so many of my channels, especially on Rumble. And the stuff that I went into deep detail, those are the only 15 or 13. And I'm the only person that I know of that has had 13 videos taken down from Rumble. And I ask myself, why is that? Why were they taken down? Something I said must have been on point. I do have them backed up because I do that. I back up everything and then I put everything on an external hard drive that is never plugged into anything unless I'm utilizing the content. So especially on those more difficult topics. So we covered Bill Gates very extensively and all the different organizations that he is embedded in. So to give you guys an overview of who the who is, I'm going to play a short clip from Rumble. And oh crap, I forgot. I have to reshare my screens. Hold on. I had everything set up, ready to go on time. And I'm going to share this one with you guys here. Hi, traveling fools. Good morning, friend. Yo, yo, yo. Hey, I'm doing at 10 o'clock. I'm going to be joining an XSpaces from Rumble Live. If it's something you're into, you are welcome to join me over there. We're only going to be on YouTube for a short minute. Got to reshare my screens. Hold on. We're going to watch this video first. Let's see. And on Rumble, when we get over there, if you guys like XSpaces, I encourage you guys to go over there and to join live. You can ask questions if you like. I'm doing it in both places for the fact that this is really important information. They're going to have a panel of people. They're going to talk about who owns the who. Why is the who doing everything that they're doing? Those who followed me, they call me a conspiracy theorist. You can call me that. all my stuff I do is based off of research. I research things, I read books, I listen to credible people, and that's where I get my information from. If they're not credible, I don't report on stuff or I don't talk about stuff. Reason being, what is going on in the world right now is so important. And there are so many people that are talking about trials and they're talking about things that like these world events, the world events are important. However, I feel they're a smokescreen. I think they're a huge distraction. And I had this huge epiphany. I think it was like at 6 a.m. this morning. Because what I'm going to do is a topic that I haven't done for a while. Hi, Andy. Welcome. When I do a topic that I haven't covered recently, I sit and I brainstorm. And so anyway, so I wake up and I'm like, the World Health Organization treaty was supposed to be passed right now, right? What is everyone on social media talking about? Hi, Bob APAC. Everyone is talking about the Trump trial. Everyone is talking about that. And the judge who scheduled the trial insisted that the trial start on a certain day. And he was not flexible. And they're supposed to be voting on this, I think either this week or next week to get it passed, or they're supposed to be passing it this week. They were actually supposed to that pass it last week. And there was a country, I think it was the United Kingdom, didn't want to pass it. And it's not for the reasons that you and I would think that they didn't want to pass it. They didn't want to pass it because I don't know if you guys can hear the jets. I have jets flying all overhead, so I apologize. They didn't want to pass it only because they didn't want to have to give 20% of the vaccines away for free in case there was another pandemic. Okay, that's important, but for us here in the United States, the reason we don't want this to pass is because we don't want to give over our national sovereignty. That if we sign the World Health Organization treaty, what it's going to do is they could say, oh, the bird flu is a potential pandemic. So what can they do? They can tell you to wear masks. They can force you to get certain things that a lot of people are opposed to, take certain medications. They can do all kinds of things that people aren't even paying attention to. People that read books can do research will always sound crazy. Exactly. And people don't realize that the internet and information put on the internet is tailored for lazy people because it's so easy just to search things on the internet and you get an answer. You have to source things and you have to dig into it. Anyway, I've got, I think it's like the 4-minute clip that we're going to watch real quickly. Hopefully I didn't mess up my settings. I forgot this. Was it going to be on here? I don't think you need visuals. We'll do this layout right here. Okay. Let me know if you cannot hear this, guys. I found this last night. So I searched for all kinds of videos last night and I did find this.
James Roguski on Substack has been reporting on the so-called WHO pandemic treaty and its history. He has shown that its entire history is fraudulent and relies upon the people's silence. On June 14th, 1948, President Truman signed a joint resolution to sign onto the WHO Constitution. Section 2 states that 3 U.S. delegates would be chosen by the president and confirmed by the U.S. Senate. But the Biden administration has sent U.S. delegates who have not been confirmed, which makes them fraudulent. Section 5 states that in adopting this joint resolution, the Congress does so with the understanding that nothing in the Constitution of the World Health Organization in any manner commits the United States to enact any specific legislation program regarding any matters referred to in said Constitution. And so the U.S. is not lawfully compelled by the WHO. On July 25th, 1969, the 22nd Annual World Health Assembly adopted the International Health Regulations to ensure the maximum security against the international spread of diseases, but did so without a Senate vote.
The way they did that was with what they call the silence procedure. A bunch of unnamed bureaucrats agreed to that document, they gave a 9-month period for the leaders of all of the parties to reject it. And if no one rejected it on the first day of January 1971, it became legally binding. So any amendments go by that same adoption procedure. So in 2005, they made substantial changes. And for the last 18 or 19 years, we've been working off of the international health regulations as they were amended in 2005. I challenge anybody to look through the Federal Register or the Senate records to see if the Senate has ever given their consent, 2/3, either in 1948, 1969, 2005, or in 2022.
On September 30th of 2022, 94 nations submitted more than 300 proposed amendments to the pandemic treaty. These documents were withheld from the public, and when James Roguski acquired copies, he discovered the reason for this was that the disputes were all based upon corrupt world leaders of smaller nations wanting a bigger piece of the action from the U.S. after realizing the billions of dollars being made by pharmaceutical companies.
This is organized crime. And the big crime bosses are being faced by a bunch of little crime bosses who want in on the deal. They want to be able to manufacture the drugs and jabs in country so that they can control it and, inflict it upon their own population while basically profiting from the next pandemic.
And the proposed amendments to the 2005 IHR will bring this tyranny to its full potential. They want to create an international health regulations authority. They want the authority to declare a pandemic based on the mere potential for disease. They want the authority to compel new vaccines and quarantine for those who are not even sick. And they want to authorize surveillance and censorship to enforce their fraud. They also want to give nations the authority to quarantine and vaccinate foreign travelers at their own discretion.
They want to add strengthening language to enable nations to quarantine international travelers as appropriate. That is not an attack on national sovereignty. That is a ridiculous strengthening of national sovereignty that would enable each nation to abuse the rights and freedoms of foreign travelers. The local tyrants that abused your rights over the last 4.5 years didn't need any amendments or didn't need any treaty to do what they did over the last 4.5 years. So the core battle is still local.
You can find these documents at stopthetreaty.org and rejecttheamendments.com. They view our silence as consent, so we must stand against them and speak out. Reporting for InfoWars, this is Greg Reese.
So that was a brief overview, guys, of what is going on with the World Health Organization. I wanted to give everyone just an overview of that. Unfortunately, guys, those who are over on Rumble or on YouTube, I encourage you to come over to Rumble. We are going to play an XSpace. I'm not going to be talking as much as I normally would. If I get a moment to get in there and add anything, I might ask questions. I haven't live streamed I haven't live streamed and streamed this space live. So hopefully there's music playing. Oh my gosh, did I not remove music? Hold on. There shouldn't be music playing. What is playing in the background? There's music playing right now. Can you guys hear music? I wonder. Oh, just because this site's muted for me. Hold on. Let's remove this from the stage. Okay. Tell me if the music went away. Did that go away right now? Okay. I always think that because I mute the site that you guys can't hear it, but if I add it to the stage, you can hear it. So they must not have been going yet. Okay, guys, if you are on YouTube, please get yourself a Rumble channel. We are going to live stream this XSpaces, and I'm going to try to talk if I can. I don't know how it's going to work out. if I have questions, I'm going to ask questions. And if I can comment, I want to be able to. Don't you want somebody to love music? I love music. Hopefully that music is not going to be something that's going to get me a strike. Yeah, they always play music before they start. They started early, and I thought I was in there late. I think people are just getting in there and kind of getting ready. So I was kind of panicked. And as you could tell, guys, this is a new thing that I'm trying today, and so my brain's not all the way focused there. I do not think that my ADD medication has kicked in quite yet. I'm not usually this disorganized. Anyway, Macklin, Mrs. Mac, Traveling Fools. If you do, I know that Traveling Fools has a Rumble. It's just you just sign up for an app, or you can go to rumble.com. You can search for Talk with Sally and it'll be there. Come join. This is going to be important information. They have a panel of good people. They're going to talk about Bill Gates, and I wanted to get more into it. Depending on what they cover during the space, I might stay on longer and talk more in detail about things. Why? Because this topic's important. With that said, guys, I do need to end this on YouTube, and I'm very sad because I love you all, and you make me so excited when you all pop in here. If I don't see you in Rumble, I will see you guys later.